Hello, this is Neil Green from National Louis University. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the 10 principles of online teaching at NLU. And we know that not everybody comes into online teaching with expertise in all these areas, but as you grow into your role as an online instructor and gain that experience, you're going to want to keep adding to your repertoire. So let's go down. And all of these principles, the 10 principles, are linked here in this document. It'll take you here, and the document breaks down, and let me give you, for example, principle 3 is post responses to discussion boards at least 2 to 3 times per week. It gives you a little bit of a background, and then it provides tips and different practices, good best practices that you can implement. And then as you scroll down, you'll see some of them have tips as well, and then tip for small classes, large classes, and then another suggestion. So that's how it's broken down. And what I'm doing today is really the cliff notes for that document, but it'll be enough to get you going. So the big thing is make sure you're active, make sure you're responding to students, make sure you're there. They need to kind of feel your presence. Even though you're learning asynchronously, they need to know that you are active in the course. Be accessible. Make sure that your students can get a hold of you, obviously through email. Another method that for your students to get a hold of you when they need you is highly, highly preferred. So make sure you have multiple ways for students to get a hold of you. And then finally, be yourself. Students want to see our humanity as instructors. During COVID, students love it when they see a cat running in the background, or when things kind of go wrong with technology, they see we're human. So keep that up. So here's a brief review of each principle, very quick. Principle 1, establish relationships in a safe learning environment. Our team, the undergrad educator prep team, is amazing at that. A way to do it kind of on the technical side would be have your syllabus up to date, your late policy, and welcome every student, which I know all of you have. Communication 2, communicate frequently through diverse channels in the learning platform. You can send students email, obviously, through our Outlook. You can send students email through D2L, instant messages, discussion topics, Dropbox feedback, all of that. And then one thing that's really gained traction over the past 2 or 3 years has been Zoom sessions, synchronous sessions. We can't require them for students to be there, but we can highly suggest it. And I suggest having, depending on the course you teach, a few throughout the term to allow students a chance to experience that community of being together with classmates, with their instructor, and replicate sort of the face-to-face, if you will. And then obviously, please respond to students within 24 to 48 hours. That we're doing great at that as well. And then principle 3, this one is always, always a thing. Post responses to discussion boards at least 2 or 3 times per week. So if 15 students or less, respond to students every week. 20 students or more, respond to at least half your students and alternate. And you can keep track of that however you like. But just the idea is to make sure every student has an opportunity to hear your feedback in the discussion board. And our expectation is grades and feedback are returned within 7 days. And some assignments have rubrics. You can use the comment box. You can make comments directly on the student work. Turnitin is another option. Please let me know if you need to learn more about that. It's a plagiarism tool. Also encourage your students to download Grammarly. It's free for all NLU students. And then we as instructors use a platform called EAB. We're required to report on students who may be falling behind or we have concerns about. Then also communicate high expectations. Clearly communicate high expectations to your students. They will rise to the occasion. And then add text, video, audio, other media, case studies, etc. to your course to make it more interesting. And encourage and create community engagement. Provide students an opportunity to work collaboratively. This is one that is built into a lot of courses, but not perhaps others. I would say the discussion board is absolutely built into all of our courses. So if you don't have a course with a cooperative learning activity, leverage the discussion board there. Log in at least every other day. Every day is preferable. It doesn't mean you have to do hours of work. Just maybe check the questions tab where students can ask the professor to make sure that you're addressing any needs that they may have. And then use consistency and patterns. Post a weekly announcement. Create a personalized grading schedule. Email students who are missing work. It's, especially the first few weeks, contacting students who are falling behind is critical to ensuring that they kind of stick with it and get back on track. And then be ready to teach. Prepare as you would for a traditional face-to-face course. Obviously, it's a little different, but just use your imagination, and I think you can have fun with it. So what now? Get your footing. It takes time to learn D2L. We know that. There are plenty of opportunities, whether through me or the Center for Teaching and Learning, to learn more about anything specific you want to. Be present, communicate often, check email in your course regularly, respond to student discussion posts, grade work within 7 days of due date, which we kind of all discussed all those. And then if something seems off with your course, contact your course leader or me, there's my email to talk it through. Or if you ever need to review what program leaders' expectations are from online instructors, or you have a question, here's the link to this end of term survey, faculty self-observation survey, and that gives you a lot of insight there. And then finally, have fun. Online teaching and learning differs from face-to-face classes, obviously, but it may just be your niche. You never know. All right, I tried to make this under 5. I hit 6:40, so I apologize for that, but please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.